Guys, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. So see, here are the two texts. Okay, in examination, you're going to be having two texts. All right. For that, what you need to do, we need to read both the texts thoroughly. Okay, and then you need to read the question thoroughly as well. Okay. You need to read both the texts thoroughly, and then you need to read the question thoroughly. Okay, right now you're going to be having difficulty understanding it because you have missed the previous classes. Okay, so please don't worry when you are going to be when you're going to be going through the previous lectures. Okay, you will understand it. Right now, I'll definitely try to आपको समझ आ जाएगा. Okay, when you read the question thoroughly, okay, it says your cousin is moving to a new school where tablets are used in place of traditional notebooks and textbooks. He has written to you asking for your thoughts and opinions. What we need to do first, we need to underline the keywords from the question to write a nice introduction paragraph. Okay, this is the introduction of the question. Okay, underline that you are writing it to the cousin. Okay, it shows that you are going to write an informal letter. They are not going to mention in the examination that is it a formal or a formal letter they are asking you to write. They are you need to find out from the registered person you are writing the letter to. So if you're writing it to the cousin, it's an informal letter. Okay. Now, what your cousin is doing, your cousin is moving to a new school. Keep that in mind. Because once you are going to write an introduction paragraph, you need to write this line there. Where tablets are where tablets are being used instead of the traditional notebooks. Okay, you need to be mentioning this as well. This is what we have already underlined. All right. Now you need to read the questions, the uh, bullet points, expectations from the examiner. What does the examiner expect from you? Examiner wants you to evaluate. Evaluate what? The advantages and disadvantages of using tablets in school. So this is what we have figured it out from the question that we need to find out the advantages and we need to find out the disadvantages. So this is evaluation number one and evaluation number two. Understood? So the first paragraph is introduction paragraph. The second paragraph are the advantages. The third paragraph are the disadvantages. Avita, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Great. All right. Now, okay, when I ask you to understand it or not, you all need to reply, okay? Because it's an online class, I'm not in front of you. I actually don't know if you're understanding or not. Yes,
Yes, sir.
okay, thank you. So, do you understand this up till now? Hello, Rutaba. All right, perfect. Thank you. Giving me a thumbs up will be great. All right. Now, advantages and disadvantages you've understood. Then in the fourth paragraph, you need to read the second bullet point. It says, give your own views. Okay, based on what you have read, observed, and experienced. Now, this fourth paragraph is called opinion paragraph. All right. An opinion paragraph allows you to go for your own opinions that are not mentioned in the texts, or you can write from the text as well. All right. So you need to create your own views. Uh, how and what will you do? I'm going to be describing it to you later on. Don't worry, I'm going to be showing you a specimen answer as well. So, but what I teach my students to go for the mixture of both. Some of the opinions you can find from the passage, and some of the opinions you can create by your own. Okay, so it should be a mixture. Understood? because the question says based on what you have read. So that's why I am asking the students to uh, text messaging, find out some of the opinions, and you can create your own as well. Okay. So what do you need to do? What do you need to write in the opinion paragraph? You have mentioned the advantages and disadvantages there, right? Now you have given the evaluation, balanced evaluation of both, right? These are the advantages of tablets. These are the disadvantages of tablets. Now you need to create your opinion. Your opinion cannot be balanced. Please remember. Okay? Your opinions cannot be biased, cannot be balanced. You have to select only one side of it. Either you find tablets advantages or either you find tablets as a disadvantage. Okay? Why? Please remember that you are writing a letter to the cousin. Okay, and cousin wants your thoughts and opinions about it, right? Question me, however, he has written you to asking for your thoughts. What you are doing is in second paragraph, you are giving the advantages. Your third paragraph, you're giving the disadvantages, balance of facts, sorry, balancing of facts. And then in the fourth paragraph, you are going to present your opinion. What do you think? What are you going to suggest to your family? Okay, what is your advice on it? So either go for advantages or either go for disadvantages. That's completely on your choice, your freedom. Examiner doesn't have the authority or the jurisdiction to challenge your side. Okay? He is not going to be assessing you, or she is not going to be assessing you what you have selected. So you can go for advantages, you can go for disadvantages. If you're going for the advantages, you need to prove your opinion with proper evidence. Okay? That अगर आप बोलते हैं advantages and you're proving it well, so it means that you want your cousin to select a school that has tablets being used, and if you are taking the side of disadvantages as an opinion, you are forcing your cousin not to take admission in this school where the tablets are being used. Do you understand this up till now? What is opinion paragraph?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumb, please. Okay, Puneet, you're having some trouble with it. Okay, Puneet, can you please mention the problem that you're having, or do you want me to go over it again? Puneet, can you write in the message? Uh, okay, Puneet, I'm going to be explaining to the paragraph two again. Musab, I've just seen the messages. I'm not going from the basics. Okay, we are starting from informal letter. We've done formal letter in the class. We are doing informal letter now. Okay, Musab? Musab, you're going to find everything same because formal letter, informal letter, speech, article, जो भी हम आगे पढ़ेंगे, these are all in the same way. Okay, so you will find it very similar from the previous ones. You will find it like we are starting from the very basic. So don't worry. All right, Puneet, in paragraph two, if you see the screen, I've highlighted it. You need to write advantages and disadvantages, right? So in paragraph one, you are going to write an introduction, as I've taught in the class, if you remember. In paragraph two, you are going to write advantages from the text given. All right, text आपको ऊपर दिए हुए होते हैं. You need to find the advantages from there and write it down in your own words. Remember that I always told you to write in your own words only. You are not going to be copy pasting the text. Then you need to write third paragraph as disadvantages. All right. Then in fourth paragraph, you need to take one side because you are giving your opinion and your suggestion to the cousin, तो उसको क्या करना चाहिए, right? So आपको दोनों में से एक साइड लेना है, either advantages, either disadvantages, okay? So you need to create an opinion, दोनों में से कोई एक कि आप क्या suggestion दे रहे हो? If he has to move to a school where the tablets are being used, or if he has to move to the school where the tablets are not being used, what is your suggestion? You understand this up now, Puneet? Puneet, I'm
Sir,
waiting
for
because
the fourth paragraph, we cannot write from the text.
in the, yeah, exactly. Please, I'm going to go about it again. In the fourth paragraph, because it's an opinion paragraph, okay? If you read the second bullet point, it says give your own views based on what you have read. Right or wrong?
Yes.
So please remember that you you need to create a mixture of opinion. Some of the opinions from the texts and some of the opinions by yourself. Understood?
So, sir, but if we write from the text, so won't it be repeated? Like we already wrote everything in the second and third paragraph.
Exactly, yes. So see, they are going to give you ample amount of advantages and disadvantages. Okay. So what I teach my students is, कि आपने पिछली क्लास मिस किया है तो इसीलिए थोड़ा सा गैप आ रहा है. Okay. What I teach my students is that there may be 7 or 8 advantages and 7 or 8 disadvantages. Okay. So what you need to do, select 5 for the second paragraph as advantages and select 5 for the disadvantages in the third paragraph. All right. And use some in the opinions.
Yeah, okay,
Understood?
understood.
Perfect. And play smart. If there are 5, imagine if there are only 5 advantages in the text and there are 8 disadvantages in the text, right? So what are you going to do? अपने opinion में what are you going to feel the suggestions would be? Play smart. Yes, Mana? Shall I
Sorry,
repeat again?
sir, I can't hear you.
No, that's completely fine. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, Manha. If there are 5 advantages given the text and there are
Yeah.
8 disadvantages given in the text, right?
Hmm.
So what will be your clever smart move?
Um, sir, I'll go for disadvantages in the para 4.
Exactly. So what we are going to do in opinion paragraph, you're going to go for the disadvantages and use these extra 3 advantages in the opinion paragraph. Do you understand
Yeah.
it now?
Yes.
This is what we call play smart. Uh, Kinza, do you understand better?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Okay. Rutaba, what about you, beta? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Rutaba, you've already done it before, so it feels like easy for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so we've done formal letter before. Now we are doing informal letter. Okay, we are on page number 19. Musab, do you understand? Jawad, what about you, beta? At least give me a thumbs up. Perfect. That's great. All right. Puneet, बताओ बच्चे जल्दी से. That's great. Thank you so much. All right. Now the question says it is 250 to 350 words. All right. अच्छा फिर जो fourth paragraph के बाद you are going to be writing the conclusion paragraph. मैं आपको सिखाऊंगा. Don't worry. Okay. अभी मैं आपको because you have not done it before, so अभी मैं एक आपको specimen दिखाऊंगा तो आपको learn you will learn. Now we need to write 250 to 350 words. So I would recommend you to write at least introduction and conclusion paragraph for legal. I'm talking about second, third, and fourth paragraph. Please write approximate 80 to 90 words equal to 10 to 11 lines. Okay, for the second paragraph, third paragraph, and the fourth paragraph. In that particular way, if you are writing 80 to 90 words in second paragraph, let's take it 80 words in the second paragraph, 80 words in the third paragraph, and 80 in the fourth paragraph, you're going to be ending up writing 240 words. And then you're going to be writing some introduction and conclusion paragraph as well. So it will definitely go above 250 and under 350. So you don't need to count the words. Okay, it will automatically be of uh, 250 to 350 words. All right, please remember this. Now, what I want you to do when you have understood the whole question, that you need to find the advantages, disadvantages of using tablets. Okay, you need to go to the texts. Here is the text. Okay, Achha, you need to read text A first and then text B. Please remember that they don't differentiate it with, like, text A can be advantages and text B can be disadvantages. Mostly they do, but it's not necessary. Advantages can be in both the texts. Disadvantages can be in both the texts. All right, please remember this. Text A. Um, the class is going to end in 6 minutes time. Okay, and then we have a 10 minutes of break because Zoom after 40 minutes. Okay, so you need to come back, take a 10 minutes break, and then you need to come. Abhi nahi, after 6 minutes, the class over again. You need to come back for the class. Okay, after 10 minutes. Automatically आ जाना, खुद ही आ जाना 10 minutes. All right. I was telling you very important thing. It's not bragging, it's not flexing. Please understand this, okay? I'm just sharing my happy moments with you. You can take this in that way. The result came, mashallah, and mashallah, the result was very good. Most of these students got ASR and A's, but the happy news is that one of my students got 96 out of 100 marks in English, and she got 50 out of 50 in writing. Okay, why am I telling you this? It's not bragging. It's her hard work. It's not my hard work. ये उसका hard work है. उसने इतनी मेहनत किया. But what I'm telling you, this particular information is because that whatever I'm telling you right now, teaching you right now, दो चीजें हैं. पहली चीज, it is based on the learning that we have already done with the Cambridge examiners. Okay, we are certified teachers. Then this result shows that whatever we are teaching you is on point. Examiner wants this. That's why he's giving you 50 out of 50, right? So you need to understand that whatever I'm teaching you, you need to keep that in mind and write notes. All right? ताकि आपको आसानी हो जाए. So please remember, coming back to text, please remember text A and text B में दोनों में advantages हो सकते हैं, दोनों में disadvantages हो सकते हैं, because the last time in 2025 paper, okay, इसी तरह था. कुछ advantages text B में भी थे. So अभी आप क्या करो, because you can only see the screen, half of the screen. Okay, I'm going to be going down after 2 minutes. What you need to do, you need to read text A, and those who have already have the booklet with them, you know what to do, right? You need to mark and underline the advantages. So I want you to read these two. जो मैंने highlight किए हैं, these two paragraphs, okay, and underline any disadvantage or advantage you find in these two paragraphs. Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes. 2 minutes for that, because after that class is going to be over in a minute. Then we'll continue. So let's start. Sorry to interrupt. Remember, advantages and disadvantages both. कुछ भी मिले उसको underline करो and mark.
Sir, may I ask you one thing?
For sure, please. I'm always open to questions.
सर आज मैं हाफ एन आवर वेट करती रही बट आई डिडंट रिसीव द लिंक सो आई थॉट कि क्लास नहीं होगी तो मैंने प्रीवियस लिंक जब ज्वाइन किया इतने बच्चे देख के आई थॉट कि ये मेरी क्लास नहीं है देन आई लेफ्ट दैट फिर दोबारा ज्वाइन किया
Uh, you 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 actually joined the previous link.
यस
Did I give you previous links as well?
यू गिव मी वन लिंक लास्ट वीक आई जॉइंड
For the
दैट
Zoom,
वन
for the Zoom, right?
यस
You might have joined the previous one. Or sorry, the Google Meet one.
यही क्लास थी
यही अच्छा इसमें कम बच्चे थे इसलिए.
हाँ जी
Oh, so you
सर
very
हमें
well.
हमेशा प्रीवियस लिंक से ज्वाइन करनी होगी या फिर आप रोज भेजेंगे
नहीं ये वाला लिंक ही सेम है. Okay, I'm always taking the Sunday वाला class from this link only.
ऑलराइट
Acha guys, wait. Please listen to me. We have less than 1 minute for the class to get over, and then you have 10 minutes of break. Break may you are going to utilize this time. Okay, this break is not for enjoyment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be sending you the a picture of this text A and text B, all right, in the groups. Okay. If you are not there in the group, please write down my number and send me a message so that I can forward it to you. My number is 0332 2666170. I'm writing in the message. Okay, send me a message so I can forward you the picture. And I'm sending this start the recording. Okay, if you're missing anything, what you can do is you can always, I'm going to be sharing the links with you, okay, from the previous recordings as well and for the new recording as well. Okay, if you missed anything and if you want to revise anything, you can always go over the recordings and the lecture, okay? Now, I hope you have taken out the advantages and disadvantages, okay? What I'm going to do now, I'm going to be sharing with you. Let me start the sharing the screen first. I am going to be sharing with you the advantages and disadvantages that I have taken out. All right. In this booklet, you will be having the marking scheme as well. You don't have any issues. All right. All right. What you need to do, you need to check your advantages with the advantages that I have taken out. Okay. The first one is it is lighter to carry. The tablets are lighter to carry compared to the heavy textbooks. This is one of the advantages. Please check with your advantages, okay, that you have taken out. Number two, easy access to the information. Number three, it is very interactive learning medium, okay, where you can join, where you can easily see the videos, uh, attend the quizzes, okay, and you can go over the applications as well. Number four, it is a smoother group project medium, okay, where you can share the documents and you can share the researches as well. Number five, the assignments can be very organized. Number six, it's an efficient studying medium, okay, where you can find all the resources in one device. All right. Um, out of six, can I know, Jawad, how many advantages that you have found? It's better if you can turn the mic on and speak. Otherwise, you can send me a message as well. Okay, 5 is a very good score, Jawad. Very, very nice. What about Kinza?
5.
5. Very nice. Musa,
सर जितनी एडवांटेजेस और डिसएडवांटेजेस थी सभी मैंने जो अंडरलाइन की थी वो हुई थी सारी करेक्ट.
oh, that's great, yeah, Musa. Very nice. Super. You're taking all the advantages from the previous learning, yeah? That's good, yeah, Musa. You're doing very well. Rutaba,
5, sir.
5. That's a perfect score. Manha,
सर मैंने सारी लिख दी है एक्चुअली क्योंकि मैं हाईलाइट नहीं कर सकती थी मैंने सारी एडवांटेजेस लिख दी हैं.
perfect. Manha, perfect. Very nice. You've managed to find out all. That's a very good score. See, 5 is a very good score. Why? Because the examiner says that if you go over the marking schemes, if you go over the details, the examiner reports, the examiner says that you need to find out maximum points. Okay, they don't force you to find all the points. They expect you to find maximum points. Okay, so maximum does not relate to finding all the points, right? So you don't need to find 6 points. You need, if you're finding 4 or 5, that's a very good score. Okay, and it will really help you to write a very nice 80 words per paragraph as well. Okay, and then after this checking, I'm going to show you how to write a paragraph. Okay, 80 words per paragraph. This is what the purpose of this class. Now, I'm going to show you the disadvantages. All right. So the first disadvantage of using tablet is that you can always have technical issues. All right, like freezing of the laptop or the device, the crashing of the resources that you're having in your devices. Number two, battery issues. It will be a huge problem for charging, right? You don't have a lot of charging points in school, so it will be a huge issue. Number three relates to the same thing, जो मैंने अभी बता दिया आपको. Number four. अच्छा, I think I have actually repeated the same point. Point number two and point number three is the same. Okay, so you don't need to write both the points individually. You can always join it together and write it. Number three, increase distraction. Okay, students can use games and applications that are not suitable for the class. Number four, eye strain, health issue, right? Looking at long hours of the screen, it will create a huge problems. Most of I'm coming back to you. Number five, loss of tactile experience. Okay, like flipping pages or writing notes in margins. Okay, uh, you you can avoid opinion you can write a very nice points related to this point that you can always save natural resources like trees. Okay, so ये भी एक बहुत अच्छा point है वैसे साथ opinion में, because it's not mentioned in the text, you can write it as an opinion. Okay, yes, Musa, can you please narrate the question to me?
और अगर 2 और 3 सेम है तो क्या हम शेयरिंग डिसएडवांटेज को ले सकते हैं? ये शेयरिंग इसमें लिखा है स्टेटिंग रिचुअल बन गया था तो एक डिसएडवांटेज हुई.
एक disadvantage हो गया because you can always use it as one. Okay, Musa, have I answered the question?
सर आई वांटेड टू आस्क यू कि अगर हम गलती से एक पॉइंट रिपीट करते तो उसमें हमारे मार्क्स डिडक्ट होंगे?
Exactly. As because you have missed the previous classes, okay? आपको थोड़ा सा इशू होगा इसमें भी, लेकिन जब आप रिकॉर्डिंग सुन लोगे तो आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा. That avoid repeating points. Okay, you cannot repeat the points all over again and again. If you are going to be repeating the points, the marks are definitely going to be deducted. Whereas if you're making silly mistakes like spelling errors, okay? Actually, spelling errors, please remember that there are two kinds of spelling mistakes. Number one, the spelling mistakes that the examiner can understand. Actually, he can understand the word. Okay, and the spelling mistake that examiner is finding impossible to understand. So जो impossible to understand spelling mistakes हो जाती है. Okay, for example, अगर आप ले लें outlets. Okay, if you are writing the spelling outlets like O T या OUTLTS. Okay, that's a silly mistake. OUTLTS. You are forgetting E. So examiner would be able to understand this, right? So I'll come back to it. Examiner will be able to understand it. Whereas if you're writing outlet the spelling like, um, for example, let's say forget OLTS, OLTS, right? So that's exactly a mistake. Okay, examiner won't be able to understand the word according to the context. Then it will be counted as a mistake. Okay, so अगर आप silly mistakes करते हो तो इसमें कोई marks नहीं देता होते. Jawad, sir, if we write disadvantages that are not in the text, will the examiner deduct the marks? See, disadvantages के लिए we have allocated paragraph number 3, right? So if you are going to write anything that is not in the passage in paragraph 3, your marks are definitely going to be deducted. Okay, because the question clearly says that you need to find the points from the text only. Let me take out some time to show you the question again, because it's necessary. Because it's a huge mistake that the students may or might do. So you need to read the question. If you see, I've displayed the question in front of you. It says, base your letter on what you have read in both sentences, right? So it says, the question says that you need to write the content from the text. Okay, but आपके ही question का answer है, if you are writing disadvantages in the not from the text in the opinion paragraph, like fourth paragraph, where you have freedom to write whatever you want to write, तो आपके marks deduct नहीं होंगे if it is in the fourth paragraph, the opinion paragraph. If in second or third paragraph that are disadvantages and advantages you're mentioning, this must be from the text. I hope you have answered the question. Any more questions, please ask. Otherwise, we'll move.
Sir, do we have to rephrase everything before writing?
Yes. अभी मैं आपको teach करता हूँ how. ठीक है. What you need to do, you just need to देखो. What is rephrasing? You need to understand what exactly is own words. Please remember that examiner is rephrasing you to copy and paste from the text, right? Please remember that examiners आपको दो text दिए हैं. This is for reference content only. Okay, you can only refer for the content from the text. You are actually writing a letter to your cousin. You are not going to mention to your cousin that I've taken these points from text A or text B, right? You are writing it to the cousin by giving your suggestions and your advices. Okay? उसमें आप mention नहीं करोगे that you have taken out the points from text A and text B. You are not going to mention at all that according to text A, okay, these are the disadvantages. Right? Please remember, you are writing it to the cousin. You should own your writing. Okay? These texts are for help only to take out the right content. Okay? Because it is a directed writing question, the directions are given to you. Whereas in composition writing question, you have the freedom to write your ideas and your content. Directed writing and descriptive writing. They are not going to be pressurizing you to follow the same. Here in this question, आपको second and third paragraph इस particular text में से ही लिखना है and copy paste नहीं करना है. Show your understanding. Okay? अगर copy paste करना होता तो फिर marks क्यों मिलते? Right now? So why would examiner give you marks for the content they have already provided to you? So what you need to do, read all the content points and write in your own words. अब इसके लिए सबसे आसान चीज क्या है? Whenever you are done with finding the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, avoid looking at it again. So what you need to do, सारे advantages को if you are writing in a paragraph, write it in your way. Okay, with the same point, but in your way. Just show that ये सारे advantages है. This is what my understanding is. Understood? But अगर आप छोटे मोटे words copy paste कर भी रहे हो तो that's completely fine. Try करो कि थोड़ा अपने way में अपने तरीके से बताओ. ठीक है? So that the paragraph that you are writing, you own it. That this is my writing, this is my content, this is my paragraph. Understood?
सर बट अगर हम पैराग्राफ 2 और 3 में भी अपनी वे में लिखेंगे तो फिर पैराग्राफ 4 में अपनी ओपिनियन कैसे देंगे? लाइक वो तो सब कुछ हमने ऑलरेडी लिख लिया होगा.
I've already given the answer in the previous session, 10 minutes पहले वाला. I'm repeating it again. See, this is how you should be clever enough. Okay? कैसे? That आपने जो फाउंड आउट 6, देखो मैंने कितने मेंशन किए थे, 6 एडवांटेजेस, ओके, एंड almost 6 disadvantages, right? So what the clever thing that you can do is you can use 5 points in the second paragraph advantages, okay, and use the last one in your opinion paragraph and add some more opinions by yourself. So in that way you are using the text wala opinion as well and your opinion. That's good. If you have any questions, please ask me so that we can move. All right. Now, I am showing you the specimen of the same question. Okay, the same that we have already done. All right. Please remember that you should start with the year and the name of your friend. Okay, dear Ali. If the azan starts, we're going to take a break starting in a moment. Okay, dear Ali. I think we should take a break for azan. Please wait. All right, we'll continue. All right. So you'll always start with writing a salutation. Okay, dear Ali or dear whatever the name you're writing. Okay, or you can write dear cousin as well. That is no issue. Okay, but you don't write any addresses and anything on the top. Just start with dear Ali. Now learn how to write an introduction paragraph first. If you remember, when we were looking at the question, we have underlined from the very first 2 lines, we have underlined the keywords. If you remember, the first thing what we have underlined was moving to the new school. Okay, हमने यहाँ move use कर दिया, उन्होंने shift use किया था. We are just changing the words. And then we have underlined using tablets instead of regular notebooks and textbooks. If you remember, we have underlined both of these things. So please remember to include everything from the first 2 lines what we have underlined in the question, because introduction में वो must use करना होता है. The question के सबसे start में there is an introduction of the question. Those 2 to 3 lines basically you need to underline the keywords and use in the introduction paragraph. I hope I'm clear. This is how you should write in a very informal manner. Okay, that I was so glad to hear from you. You cannot write this particular line phrase in the formal letter. We have already done formal letter. अब उसको पीछे से देख लोगे when you will go through the previous lectures. This can be done in only informal letter. I was so glad to hear from you and congratulations on your move to the new school. I know from your earlier letter, see, आपने क्या किया? You're creating the sentence structure. Okay, you cannot just write anything with any reference. Okay, how do you get to know that he's moving to the new school? Because he knew it from the earlier letter that you are curious about. Curious. Why am I saying curious here? Because he has not moved yet. He's thinking and taking your advice. That's why you're using the word curious here. You're curious about using tablets instead of regular notebooks and textbooks. So I thought I would share my honest opinion with you. All right. Now, coming to the second paragraph, this particular paragraph, okay, it's all about advantages of tablets. Okay. Please remember, okay, but remember me, I am going to ask my previous students, previous matlab ke jo who have already taken previous classes, I am going to ask them that what are the three things necessary to keep in mind while writing a paragraph. Okay. Uh, if you go through, जब तुम लोग देखोगे मेरा previous work, तो उसमें पता चलेगा that I've thought to improve writing styles as well. Okay. So there are three things to improve your writing style. What are these three things? Okay, Rutaba, what is the first thing that you need to keep in mind?
Use connectives.
Use connectives. Super. So for connectives, please remember that in your booklet you will be having a list of connectives, and we are going to be practicing them to and fro. Okay. Use connectives. What are connectives? Translational verbs that connects sentences together. Okay, like however, moreover, similarly, therefore, additionally. There are so many. Okay. So by the meantime you go over with like you go through all the lists that I've given to you, you understand because the meanings we had, examples we had, and work ke saath saath you will get pro in it. Don't worry. Okay. Somebody from the page. Okay. Musa, very nice. I was about to ask you the second thing. The second thing is vocabulary. Okay. You need to use advanced vocabulary to show it to the examiner and prove it to the examiner that you are class grade 11 का student. Alright, अगर आप grade 11 के नहीं हो 10 के भी हो, then only you are giving the examination for grade 11, right? But giving it a year prior. है तो grade 11 का ही. So you need to show it to the examiner that your vocabulary is certainly advanced enough, mature enough, okay? And then the third thing. Who's going to tell me the third thing? I taught you three things you need to remember.
A good start for the paragraph.
Okay, this is necessary, yes. I'm going to come back to you, लेकिन मैंने अलग से तीन things बताया था आपको. Vocabulary, connectives, and
I don't remember the third one.
that's completely fine. That's completely fine. Sure. Okay. तुमने नोट नहीं किया था ना उस दिन? Very good. Musab, what about you, बेटे?
सर मैंने लिखे थे मगर बिल्कुल अभी वर्ड दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा.
That's completely fine. मेरा बच्चा कोई बात नहीं. Okay, I'm telling you vocabulary, connectives, and use of the maximum forms. Remember, you must use आपके 6 मिसाल है उसमें से at least 5 तो आपने इसमें include करने हैं. 6 हो जाए तो very good. ठीक है? अब now how to use them? जब मैंने आपको सारे points already दिखाए थे, आपने check भी कर लिए हैं. Now you should learn how to use them. Now, you always start your paragraph in a very catchy manner, okay, by using connective phrases, linking phrases. Okay, what are linking phrases? These are not actually connectives. Okay, these are linking phrases. Phrase क्या होते हैं? That's not a complete sentence. Okay, some words that actually defines something, but they are not complete sentence. Okay, half sentences, incomplete sentences. So linking phrases जैसे कि to begin with, okay, to going to the conclusion, or taking the reference from the previous paragraph, इस तरह linking phrases करके, ठीक है, start करो हमेशा. और साथ साथ मैं आपको specimen दिखाता रहूँगा. You will learn. Don't worry. It will take time. To begin with, tablets definitely have their price. See, हमने इस तरह start किया. We have mentioned that we are writing the advantages under it. अगर आप topic sentence, what are topic sentences? the very first sentence that actually tells you what you are going to write in the later part. Okay, ये topic sentence बहुत जरूरी होता है. Examiner should know what they are going to read or assess in this paragraph. Okay, so to begin with, tablets definitely have their price. मैं बता दिया topic sentence that this is about a topic. For one, they are so much lighter. For one, see, different way of connecting. Okay, हमने क्योंकि to begin with already लिखा था, so we are starting with for one. मैं आपको नए नए connectors सिखाता रहूंगा, ठीक है? This is how you will get 50 on 50, like my student got it, right? So she has actually used all these stuff. So they are so much lighter to carry. No more backaches from overload bags. Okay, we are using this whole sentence, okay, in our own words, in our showing our own understanding. Previous उसमें क्या लिखा था points में? They are lighter. Okay, they are lighter. तो हमने यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा ऐड कर दिया backaches. अपना थोड़ा सा own words डाल दिए इसके अंदर. Own words का मतलब ये नहीं है that you are completely transforming the previous sentence and writing a new sentence. No, own words का मतलब है you need to show your understanding. उस particular point से आपको क्या समझ आ रहा है? This is what own words is. पैकेज वन ही लिखा हुआ था, हमने लिख दिया. पॉइंट में नहीं लिखा हुआ था, उसके टेक्स्ट में लिखा हुआ पॉइंट में नहीं लिखा हुआ था, तो हमने थोड़ा सा एडिशन कर दिया. ठीक है, with just a tab you can open lessons, search topics and access resources. हमने तीन चीजों को यहाँ पर लिख के थोड़ी सी एग्जांपल देके समझा दिया. ओके, without flipping through pages. See, they were different points. अगर आप अपने पॉइंट्स को देखो, मैंने चेक करवाए थे. In point number 2, I suppose you have written that you can access resources in a very easy manner. अपने वर्ड में बोल रहा हूँ. और फिर number 5 point था, that number 6 point था that flipping pages से अच्छा है. Remember, आपके ऊपर लिखा, ऊपर ही मैंने बताया थे सारे पॉइंट. मैंने दोनों पॉइंट्स को ज्वाइन करके एक सेंटेंस लिख दिया. And this is what my understanding is. This is what my creativity is. This is what success, the success that you're going to get by writing proper sentence structure. Then moving on, they make learning more fun. I am not using a lot of connectors here. I'm just using some to show my understanding to the examiner, and I'm using some connectors to show it to the examiner that I know how to use it. There should not be abundance of connectors. या मुझे ज्यादा connectors 5 डालूंगा तो मुझे मार्क्स मिलेंगे 5, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. Just show your understanding. Okay, they make learning more fun. देखो कनेक्टिविटी क्या है? जब आप आसानी से टॉपिक सर्च करोगे and access resources without flipping through pages, it will help you to learn in a fun way. Connectivity, this is what we call one flow of writing. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि एक पॉइंट दूसरे के साथ मैच ही ना करे. You're just putting full stops and periods and writing another sentence. नहीं, आप देखो मैंने भी ये किया. I am putting a full stop here. It does not really mean कि मेरा ये point खत्म हो गया. I need to connect this point to the next point. They, by using they pronoun, I am connecting from the previous sentence and making a new point as well, that it is fun through videos, quizzes and education apps. I put a dash here. Okay, मैं आपको complex punctuation जरूर सिखाऊंगा. Okay, there will be different classes for complex punctuations and vocabulary and connectives and figurative languages. वो आपकी बाद में होगी. First, you need to learn how to actually go about with the paragraph, and then you will learn how to enhance it. Alright? Enhancing बाद में होती है, पहले learning होती है. So अक्सर टीचर्स क्या करते हैं, पहले आपको लर्निंग कराते हैं different ग्रामर, and then उसको लिखने का तरीका बताते हैं. वो फिर फायदा नहीं. पहले you need to learn how to create a paragraph, then you should learn how to enhance this paragraph. So ज़्यादा से अच्छा. So we are going to learn these hyphens. We are going to learn use of semicolon in colon. So उसकी एक अलग class. So videos, quizzes, and education labs really help you to understand things better. And then I've used a connective. Why? Because अब ये topic खत्म हो गया है, मुझे दूसरे topic पे जाना है. इसीलिए when working on group project, देखो बिल्कुल खत्म हो गया. ठीक है, इसीलिए मैंने कनेक्टिव लगाया ताकि मैं मोर ओवर लगा के अपने पीछे वाले को नेक्स्ट वाले से कनेक्ट कर सकूं. इट शुड नॉट लुक एब्रप्ट. इसीलिए तो कनेक्टिव जब यूज करो जब टॉपिक चेंज हो. When working on group projects, sharing files and doing research becomes faster and more convenient. Assignments stay organized, reminders. We are talking about sharing files in groups and projects, so it's about assignments and they stay organized. Connectivity. Semicolon, promise idea obviously. Reminders and deadlines pop up automatically, keeping everything on track. With all your materials saved in one place, studying feels more efficient and less cluttered. अब अगर आप देखो कि ये less cluttered and efficient was not there. Okay, I have actually ended a paragraph in a way that it should feel like होता है ना, if you have if you're taking a class for narrative writing, okay, the narrative writing the topic heights up and then goes down to the ending. Okay, so ending जरूरी है. हर paragraph पे एक ending है. Okay, एक proper ending. So मैंने कैसे लिखा है, with all your materials in one place, studying is more efficient and less clutter. I've ended it in a nice way that it feels like I was starting this sentence together. Uh, Guys, do you understand this? I need a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thank you, Manha. Thank you, Jubair. Thank you, Baba, Musab. Huda. Thank you, Huda. Jabad, waiting for yours. Thank you. The thumbs up. इससे क्या होता है ना कि I feel like you understood. Okay, I don't know to go over it. All right, Musa, I got your glance. Musa, sorry, Musa, baby. Musa, you're looking. ठीक है तो भाई मैं तो तुम्हारी तारीफ कर रहा हूँ. लुकिंग एज स्मार्ट एज यूजुअल. तुम्हारा ग्लांस देख लिया मैंने अपना वीडियो ऑन कर दिया था. मूविंग ऑन. क्या हुआ बेटा मुसर?
कुछ नहीं सर, कुछ नहीं.
Alright, now we are moving to the disadvantages. Okay, disadvantages. That's it. अब देखो मैंने यहाँ पे क्या लिखा. That's it. Because I want to connect from the previous paragraph. I cannot start my new paragraph with an abrupt manner. I need to connect all the time. So remember, similarly, moreover, ये सारे connective use करके थोड़ी आप connect कर सकते हो. You can use connective linking phrases. Okay, और ये सारी चीजें आप मेरे पास नोट करो. देखो मैंने formal letter जब लिखवाया था तो मैंने different connectives use, linking phrases use किए थे. अब मैं linking phrase different use कर रहा हूँ. I'm going to be using different linking phrases to show it to you, ताकि आप उसको नोट कर लो अपने पास. Because you have this in your booklet as well, तो आप आराम से उसको नोट कर सकते हो. And then use them, please. तभी आपकी राइटिंग इंप्रूव होगी. एंड दिस इज व्हाट द एग्जामिनर इज आल्सो असेसिंग. एग्जामिनर वो थोड़ी नॉर्मल चीजें कंटेंट जो लिखा हुआ है वही पढ़ेगा सिर्फ. ओके, दैट्स इट. तो पीछे कहा tablets do come with their fair share of issues. Why are we always using? Okay, however, tablets do have disadvantages. However, tablets do have their cons. Why are we using same words again and again and again? We use different lines, different structures. The tablets do come with a fair share of issues. Sometimes they crash freeze. अच्छा कि मैंने सब आपको मैं पीछे समझा दिया है तो मैं क्विकली जाऊंगा. ओके,
सर
क्रैशिंग वाला पॉइंट. यस प्लीज.
सर जो हमने फॉर्मल लेटर में कनेक्टिव यूज किए थे, जैसे टू कंक्लूड, टू बिगिन विथ, वो हम लोग इसमें यूज कर सकते हैं.
100%. 100%. वाई? बिकॉज देखो आप तो एग्जामिनर को जो शो करोगे ना, एग्जामिनर पहले आपको कभी फॉर्मल इनफॉर्मल जो भी राइटिंग आप लिखोगे एग्जामिनर ने तो नहीं पढ़ा होगा. ठीक है ना, आपके लिए तो फर्स्ट टाइम है एग्जामिनर को. सो आप कोई भी यूज कर सकते हो, लेकिन कुछ यूज करना है. कोई भी यूज करना है. मैं आपको नए नए सिस्टम ताकि आपकी वोकैबुलरी लिस्ट में हाइट हो. ओके, इंक्रीज हुआ आपकी vocabulary. Okay, the crash thing mentioned here. Okay, especially during lessons and tests, which can be stressful. अगर ये कहीं पे भी नहीं लिखा हुआ था point में. All right, so I'm using which can be stressful. Why? Because they can crash or freeze. Okay, so I'm adding on stressful word to show my expression. So don't just be happy enough to write मैंने crash और freeze लिख दिया था ना, I'll get marks. आपको marks जरूर मिलेंगे content, लेकिन sentence structuring you will not get marks because it's not in a flow. एक point लिखने के बाद उसको flow भी देना. Keeping them charged is another problem. You may forget to plug them in overnight. See, again, this was not written there. I added it to show my understanding. I started quickly. Okay, I'm sharing the screen again. I hope you can see the screen as well. All right. Okay, Jawad, can you please give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen, please? Okay, thank you. Now we'll continue. Similarly, distractions are everywhere. See, I'm using similarly here. Why? Because I am discontinued from the previous topic and I'm continuing from a new topic. All right. So I've used the word similarly just to connect. All right. Previous one to the new one. So that it won't feel uncomfortable to the examiner to go in a flow. What are the distractions? Games, messages, and pop-ups. I'm giving some examples. Can easily take your focus away. Additionally, staring at the screen all the day, see again a new topic, and then I've used the word similar additionally here. Blah blah blah. Okay, then I'm ending it. Personally, I miss flipping through real pages and splitting in the margins. It just felt more natural. I have added this last line just not to finish the paragraph, but to give my flipping through the real pages a real touch and a structure to it. All right. So you need to remember, use at least some phrases that can connect your point to your understanding. All right. Now, once you have understood all, you need to look at the last paragraph. From what I have experienced, from what I have experienced, why have I used this phrase? Because I am giving my opinion. All right. My opinion to my cousin. So I'm writing what I have experienced. Shows that it's my opinion. You don't need to always start your sentence by writing to conclude or in my opinion. All right. You can use some phrases that actually represent or express your opinion as well. Tablets can be a game changer if you manage them wisely. While they are not perfect, they made learning more accessible and organized. However, don't be caught off guard. It's important to balance this their use of and stay focused. Every rose has its thorn. See, I'm using expressions here because it's my opinion. All right. So my opinions must represent the expressions and the impressions that I am feeling. But if you play your cards right, you'll benefit a lot from this particular change. Okay. What I've done is I have actually, because I was running above the words, okay, 309 words, I was going above the words. I have actually managed to include the opinion paragraph and the last line, like closing line. okay, in one particular paragraph because it's an informal letter. In a formal letter, you have a very formal opening paragraph and a formal conclusion paragraph. All right, but in informal letters, you can manage to include an opinion and the conclusion paragraph in one. Okay, it depends upon you. कोई मसला नहीं होगा इसमें, ठीक है? So do keep in touch and let me know how it goes at your new school. Now, let me know how it goes at your new school. I'm expecting him to take a decision. I'm not forcing and I am not sort of like forcing an opinion on my cousin. I'm letting him decide what to do, what not to do. I have given my opinion in the last paragraph. Okay. Warm wishes, your sincerely, yours truly, whatever you want to write in letter or formal letter, that's completely fine. But you cannot write warm wishes in formal letter. Okay. Your cousin thumbs up. Or you can write your name as well. That's completely fine. Examiner is not looking for your name. Examiner wants a nice ending. That's it. So I hope you have understood what you need to write. Okay, it's a question answer session. If you don't understand anything, please ask me now.
Sir, what do we usually write in the fifth paragraph?
Fifth paragraph is actually not a paragraph. Okay, otherwise मैं इसको हमेशा word limit में काम करता. If you remember, मैंने आपको थोड़ी देर पहले बताया था that you need to write 80 words in your second paragraph, 80 words in your third paragraph, and 80 words in your fourth paragraph. Okay, this will give you a total of 240 words. And then introduction paragraph and last conclusion line or conclusion paragraph में you can add some words ताकि वो 250 so above हो जाए. So conclusion में it's not necessary that you should write a whole paragraph to show. Okay, it can be a nice conclusion line. Conclusion का मतलब क्या होता है? Ending of the topic. Okay, so अगर आप उसमें भी repetition ऊपर लिखोगे तो फिर वो मजा नहीं रहेगा. Okay, it will feel like a repetitive information has been written later. So conclusion, अब बोलना नहीं conclusion. I have given my thoughts, and then it's upon you to decide what to do and what not to do. Blah 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 blah. इतना जरूरी नहीं है. One line is enough. To keep in touch and let me know how it goes at your news. Simple. It says everything. Okay, so be precise, be to the point. Don't write any extra stuff in conclusion paragraph. Okay, understood? Yes. Introduction paragraph necessary है जो कि मैंने ऊपर आपको सिखाया. And introduction paragraph will, the introduction line in the question will help you to write introduction paragraph. Understood? Understood, bete?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any more questions, guys? No questions? Okay, we have. Mohammed Jawad says no question. Okay. All right. So we've finished up the class today. Okay. So you can leave the class right now. Okay. And I'll see you inshallah. We won't be having these many students the next class. We only have Butaba and Noor Fatma is absent today, and most probably Muhammad Jawad. Our online students, Baki Tosa are physical care because of the rain. We have missed the class. So I'm going to see you again, inshallah, next week. Okay. If you have any questions, you can always use the medium WhatsApp. मैं हमेशा अवेलेबल होता हूँ, ठीक है. मैं थोड़ा लेट जवाब दूँ, लेकिन मैं दूंगा जरूर इसी दिन. So you can ask me any questions you want. Don't just go over it. It will feel odd asking the teachers questions. I'm not that kind of a teacher. Okay, I'm always appreciating questions and your mistakes. Mistakes करोगे तो learn करोगे. Okay. So आगे नहीं बढ़ो. जब तक आपको समझना है, please आगे नहीं बढ़ो. ठीक है. Don't feel like कि मैं क्वेश्चन करूंगा या करूंगी तो अजीब लगेगा. सर ने पहले ही बता दिया. दोबारा पूछो. दोबारा ये रिकॉर्डिंग्स को मैं लिंक दे दूंगा. दोबारा go over it. Okay, and learn till the time you don't understand each and everything thoroughly, ताकि आपको आगे वाले क्वेश्चंस में don't face any difficulty. Okay, if you've understood everything, you can leave. Otherwise, if you want to ask any questions, you can. अभी हमारे पास time है. And if you're leaving, it means you understood everything.
सर मुझे आपकी लास्ट वेडनेसडे वाली क्लास के वो चाहिए थी रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर, क्योंकि आपने वो संडे को लिंक नहीं भेजी थी। उस दिन मैंने राफे भाई को बोला था, तो ही सेड कि मैं सर से बोल देता हूँ कि आपको संडे की लिंक भेज देंगे, तो यू
ठीक है,
डिडंट सेंड।
होगा. जब भी ऐसा कोई मसला हो ना, just send me a message on WhatsApp. ठीक है. अगर मेरा नंबर नहीं भी है ना, अगर मेरा नंबर नहीं भी है तो मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में, ग्रुप के डिस्क्रिप्शन में ऑलरेडी वहां पर है ना, मैंने लिंक शेयर किए हैं अपनी क्लासेस.
ओके ओके।
ठीक है, तो हमेशा वहां से देख लिया करो लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में से, और मुझे मैसेज कर दो. और इसके अलावा मिस हो गया है, कोई बात नहीं. आई हैव द रिकॉर्डेड क्लासेस. मैं असल में मैं थोड़ा सा इस पर वर्क कर रहा हूँ. 1 घंटा 2 घंटा लगेगा. और थोड़ा सा अलग अलग क्लास हो जाती है, 10 मिनट्स का ब्रेक आता है, तो ज्वाइन करके मैं एक प्रॉपर वीडियो बना रहा हूँ. तो बस 2 की तो बन गई, एक बची हुई आज की क्लास थी. एंड देन आई विल शेयर द लिंक. तो आप सारी क्लास देख सकते
ओके ओके,
हो.
थैंक यू।
नो प्रॉब्लम बेटा. Okay, if you have any questions, you can stay. Otherwise, you leave. So I will leave as well. Allah Hafiz, Allah Hafiz. Yes, मेरा बेटा मूसा. Do you have any questions, मेरे बेटे?
जी सर, सब समझ आ गया था। अब आपको होमवर्क में इंशाल्लाह आपको 2-3 दिन में दे देता हूँ, ज्यादा से ज्यादा 4 दिन।
Perfect. और
ठीक है
तुम्हें
सर।
सब समझ आ रहा है ना मूसा? हाँ मूसा,
जी सर।
सब समझ आ रहा है ना बेटा?
जी जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
Perfect. I want A star minimum.
ठीक।
Allah Hafiz.
अल्लाह हाफिज।